Hello and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial we're gonna do this stitch. It's a very easy stitch. The stitch is reversible. It's one row repeat. The sides are, alright. If you like to do a blanket, a scarf, a hat, well, it's quite dense, the stitch. I'm kind of pulling apart. You can see they're like columns. But the stitch is very, very easy. Okay, with this stitch, well, it's very easy, like I said. We're gonna chain first 4 chains. Let me put this. Alright, so I'm using now 4.0 millimeter crochet hook. So we're gonna chain 4 chains. I'm gonna do the knot the way you like to do the knot. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 chains. We're gonna skip the first 2 chains from the hook, and in the 3rd chain, yarn over the hook twice. You go into the 3rd chain, pull up a loop, and we're gonna do a treble. So pull the yarn to the first 2 loops, pull the yarn to the next 2, pull the yarn to the last 2. We're gonna chain 3. Yarn over the hook twice, and we're gonna go into this 2 at the base of the chain. There are 2 loops there. I don't know if you can see 2 loops. So pull the yarn through those 2 loops, and we're gonna do a treble. Chain 3, yarn over the hook twice. We're gonna go again to the base of this chain. You have 2 lines here, so you're gonna pick up those 2 lines, pull up a loop, and then do a treble or a triple, and you're gonna do like this as long as you like to do, whatever project you choose to do. So I'm gonna chain again 3, yarn over the hook twice, and again we're gonna go at the base of the chain here, just these 2 lines here, pull up a loop, and then do a treble, and you're gonna keep doing like this. Again, I'm gonna chain 3. If you make a blanket, then you're gonna have to do as long, as wide as you like that blanket to be. So you do the yarn over the hook twice, and you're gonna go through those 2 lines at the base of the chain right here, these 2 lines. I think I'm gonna stop right here. So now we're gonna chain 3. So now what we're gonna do, in this space here where we have this treble, into the space we're gonna go there, and we're gonna do a single crochet, chain 3, yarn over the hook, and in the same space where we did this single crochet, we're gonna do a puff. 3 times we're gonna go in there. So once, twice, and the 3rd time. Pull the yarn through all the loops, then chain 1. You move to the next space, and you're gonna go into that space, and you're gonna do a single crochet, chain 3, yarn over the hook, and in the same space we're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, and 3 times, and now yarn over and pull the yarn through all the loops, chain 1, and you move to the next space, and you're gonna do the same. You start with a single crochet, chain 3, and in the same space here where we did this single crochet, we're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, and the 3rd time. Pull the yarn through all the loops, chain 1. Move to the next space, you want to do a single crochet, chain 3, yarn over the hook, and into the same space we're going to do a puff. So once, go back again for the 2nd, and the third, pull the yarn through all the loops, chain 1. So we have now the last space and the last chain. So we're going to go into the next space and we're going to do the same, a single crochet, chain 3, yarn over the hook, and we're going to go back into the same space in there and we're going to do a puff. So once, twice, and the third time, pull the yarn through all the loops, chain 1, and now in the last chain here we're gonna do a single crochet, chain 3. You're always gonna chain 3, turn your work, and now this is the row that you're gonna repeat on and on and on. This row that we're gonna do now. Well, you see these lines here, 1 and 2 from the puff from the previous row. You're gonna go underneath those 2 lines like these ones. You see these 2? You go underneath there, and we have the chain 3 that we did. So you go first under these 2 lines, you go underneath that chain into that chain space, pull up the loop, do a single crochet, and then chain 3, yarn over the hook, and we go back into this 3 chain space and we're gonna do a puff once, twice, and the third time, yarn over, pull the yarn through all the loops, chain 1. Do you see these 2 lines? They're like, you know, these ones, these 2 lines. So we're gonna move to the next and we're gonna pick up those underneath those 2 lines, go into the space in there, that 3 chain space, do a single crochet, chain 3, yarn over the hook. We're gonna go back into this 3 chain space and we're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, and 3 times, pull the yarn through all the loops, chain 1. You can see these 2 lines, they will be so obvious, you know, right there. So you go underneath those lines and you're gonna put your crochet hook through that the three chain space, pull up a loop, and then you're gonna do a single crochet and then chain 3, yarn over the hook, and we're gonna go back into this 3 chain space and we're gonna do a puff. Chain 1 and we're gonna move to the next and I'm gonna pick up these 2 lines and we're gonna go into the 3 chain space in there, pick up a loop, then do a single crochet, chain 3, and now we're gonna do a puff stitch in through that space, 3 chain space, pull the yarn through all the loops, chain 1. So now we have the last well, let's say the puff and the chain 3 here. So we're gonna do the same. We're gonna go underneath those lines through the 3 chain space, pull up a loop, and then do a single crochet, chain 3, and back into the space, the 3 chain space, and we're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, and 3 times, pull the yarn through all the loops, chain 1, and into the last stitch here, right here, we're gonna do a single crochet. You're always gonna finish with a single crochet at the end, chain 3, turn your work, and you're gonna repeat this row. So you have these lines here, so you're gonna go underneath those 2 lines and through the 3 chain space, pick up a loop, do a single crochet, chain 3, and now you're gonna do the puff stitch into the chain 3 space in there. So once, twice, and the 3 times, yarn over, pull the yarn through all the loops, chain 1, I'm gonna move to the next, and we're gonna pick up those 2 loops, and we're gonna go through that 3 chain space, pick up a loop, do a single crochet, chain 3, and we go back into this 3 chain space and do a puff stitch. I'm gonna go in there 3 times. And go back into the 3 chain space and do a puff stitch. It's a very easy stitch. So you go first through those 2 lines, and then you go right here through that 3 chain space, pick up a loop, do a single crochet, chain 3, yarn over the hook, you go back into that 3 chain space and do a puff, chain 1. So now is the last one here. I'm gonna go through those 2, underneath those 2 lines. You're gonna go through that 3 chain space, you're gonna do a single crochet, chain 3, yarn over the hook, and we're gonna go back into that 3 chain space and do a puff stitch. If I move too fast for some of you, you can slow down the speed of the video. Then you're gonna chain 1, and here, well, if you like, I like to go into the second. We have the chain 3, yeah, so first, second, and third. I like to go to the second, so I skip the first one, the first chain, I go into the second chain, and I do a single crochet. Then you're gonna chain 3, and you're gonna repeat the same row over and over again. So this is the stitch. I don't think I should go more because it's the same thing. It looks like this. So, well, if you want to do something easy, I think this is qualifies maybe as a, you know, I don't know, beginner stitch. When I say beginner, to me beginner means that you know at least to do single crochet, half double crochet, or triple crochet or something like that, you know. So that is the beginner, when you start to do combinations of stitches, yeah. So if you like to try this stitch for something easy and fast, you can give it a try. It's really nice, this one, and it's reversible. The sides, like I said, they're okay, they're pretty much straight, as you can see, both sides. So, well, give it a try. You might enjoy this. Well, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.